Hey there, my virtual outlaws and joystick jackers. Today we're diving into the pixelated underbelly of the original Grand Theft Auto. It's a game that transformed us all into car stealing, chaos creating anarchists from the safety of our living rooms. But before you go dusting off your old console, let me tease you with this. Imagine discovering a secret that turned the developer's world upside down during the making of this game. Stick around and you'll find out just how a simple coding accident led to one of the game's most revolutionary features. But first, back when Grand Theft Auto, GTA, first zoomed onto the PC scene in 1997, it was more than just another game. It was a digital revolution in a box. The game was birthed by a small, ambitious team at DMA Design in Dundee, Scotland. Now, if you're picturing seasoned game developers brainstorming in a high-tech lab, think again. This crew was originally more accustomed to creating quirky, family-friendly titles. Ever heard of Lemmings? Yep, that was them. But the leap from saving lemmings to spawning street chaos? That's a story worth telling. The development of GTA was an odyssey of experimentation and innovation, spearheaded by DMA's David Jones. The initial concept wasn't to create a crime spree simulator. Originally titled Race and Chase, the game was intended to be a cops and robbers style racing game. However, a programming error turned into an unexpected twist that created a new, unexpected dynamic that led the team to cars driven by AI began ramming into each other with reckless abandon, leading to chaotic yet entertaining gameplay. The team, realizing the fun in this serendipitous chaos, pivoted the entire game's focus from racing to creating mayhem. Thus, Grand Theft Auto was born. The shift wasn't just a change in mechanics, it was a radical departure from anything DMA had done before. Developing GTA involved grappling with both technical and moral challenges. The game's open-world design was a technical marvel for its time, pushing the boundaries of what was possible in terms of game environments. However, it wasn't just technology that was being tested. The game's content, featuring carjacking, wanted violence, and cavalier attitude towards law and order, stirred significant controversy. This controversy, however, turned out to be a double-edged sword. Critics and some consumer advocacy groups lambasted the game for its violent content, fearing it would inspire real-world imitations. Yet, the same controversy fueled public curiosity and media attention, which played a critical role in GTA's viral spread. From a marketing viewpoint, the uproar inadvertently propelled the game into the limelight, making GTA a household name almost overnight.
We are training our kids to be killers, and we are training our sons to treat women like whores. And here's how I got it.
Behind the scenes, the development was anything but smooth. The team often worked long, intense hours, coding and recoding to make the vast, interactive world of GTA a reality. Mike Daly and Simon Little, key programmers on the team, implemented novel techniques to handle the game's sprawling maps and intricate simulations. The groundbreaking work laid the foundation for what would become the core of the series' appeal, a living, breathing world where players could write their own stories of urban mayhem. And in the gritty, pixel streets of Grand Theft Auto, players encounter a cast of characters that are as colorful as they are controversial. The game doesn't feature a narrative in the traditional sense, but rather presents a series of missions that introduce various criminal underworld figures who guide the player deeper into the game's urban chaos. The characters in GTA, from the aloof crime bosses to the double-crossing middlemen, serve more as mission gateways than fully fleshed-out personas. Yet each character brings a unique flavor to the table, reinforcing the game's theme of chaotic freedom. For instance, players meet Brother Marcus, a streetwise gangster with a penchant for philosophical musings, a stark contrast to the straightforward criminal antics of others. This diversity in character types showcases DMA's design commitment to creating a varied and unpredictable game world. The overarching story of GTA is less about a singular narrative arc and more about the experience of rising through the ranks of urban crime. Players start as small-time crooks, but as they complete missions, ranging from the simple vehicle thefts to elaborate bank heists, they gain notoriety and access to more lucrative and dangerous opportunities. This progression is reflected in the changing landscapes and the escalating difficulty of missions, which mirror the player's growth from a petty thief to a respected figure in the criminal ecosystem. It allowed players to experience a sense of narrative development without ever forcing them down a single story path. Instead of the game using its characters and missions to create a sandbox of moral ambiguity where players could choose how nefarious they wanted to be, this open-ended approach was revolutionary, giving players a sense of agency that was largely unprecedented in video games of that era. The game's narrative technique, where the city itself becomes a central character, is particularly notable. The setting, Liberty City, is a pastiche of various American urban environments, bustling with life and opportunity. Every corner of the city offers new adventures, and the city's design encourages exploration and interaction, which further immerses the players in the game's world. But the core of Grand Theft Auto's gameplay mechanics is what truly set it apart from other games and laid groundwork for its successors. At its heart, GTA is an open-world game that mixes driving with action-adventure elements, creating a hybrid experience that allows for unprecedented freedom in how you approach your objectives. One of the key features of GTA is its non-linear gameplay, allowing players to choose how they want to navigate the game world. Whether it's hijacking a car at a traffic stop, outrunning the police in a high-speed chase, or wandering around the city and causing random havoc, the choices are virtually limitless. This freedom is a significant part of what makes the game so engaging and replayable. Now, if you're thinking, the game lets you steal cars and evade cops? That's my kind of virtual vacation. Well, don't forget to hit that like button faster than a getaway driver in a bank heist, and subscribe too, so you don't miss out on any of the action-packed insights we've got parked in our gaming history garage. But now back to the driving mechanics, which are straightforward yet satisfying, and designed to give a sense of speed and danger without being overly complicated. The vehicles have distinct handling differences, making the choice of getaway car more than just aesthetic. Meanwhile, on foot, the character can engage in basic combat, use a variety of weapons, and interact with the environment, adding layers to the gameplay just beyond the driving. The mission structure in GTA also contributes to its gameplay depth, ranging from simple delivery tasks to complex assassinations and heists. The way these missions are set up allows players to strategize different approaches, influencing the game's outcome based on their decisions. This aspect not only enhances the game's replay value, but also ensures that no two playthroughs are exactly alike. But the piece de resistance was the introduction of the innovative Wanted system that scales up the police response based on the player's action. This system was revolutionary as it added a layer of consequence to the player's actions, influencing gameplay by increasing the stakes as the player caused more chaos. And speaking of chaos, Grand Theft Auto didn't just make waves. It set off a tsunami in the video game industry. Upon its release in 1997, GTA defied expectations by not only selling well, but also becoming a cultural phenomenon. Initially, the game faced skepticism due to its violent content and the small scale of its development team. However, once gamers got a taste of its open-world freedom, sales skyrocketed. Let's break down the numbers. GTA shipped over 1 million copies worldwide in its first year alone. These figures were phenomenal, especially considering the modest budget and controversial nature of the game. As it spread across platforms from PC to the PlayStation and Game Boy Color, its audience expanded, cementing its status as a must-have title. The game's impact stretched far beyond sales. Grand Theft Auto sparked a significant debate about the role of violence in video game and its potential impact on society. Critics argued that its open-ended violence and criminal activities were inappropriate, especially for younger players, leading it to be banned or censored in several countries. Yet this controversy only fueled interest in the game, with players eager to see what all the fuss was about. And it really didn't stop the evolution of the franchise itself, as many titles have since been created by this team. But beyond sales numbers and controversy, Grand Theft Auto is teeming with trivia, secrets, and hidden Easter eggs that have fascinated players for decades. As mentioned earlier, one of the most surprising revelations about the game's development involves an accidental feature that became a series staple: the aggressive police AI. During early testing, a bug caused the police to relentlessly pursue the player with extreme aggression. Instead of correcting this as a bug, the developers recognized the potential for fun and challenge, thereby shaping the iconic Wanted system that ramps up the tension and excitement in the game. In terms of Easter eggs, GTA is filled with humorous and sometimes bizarre hidden features. One of the game's maps contains a park shaped like the DMA design logo, a nod to the game's creators. Moreover, tucked away in the game's code is a hidden cheat that turns all the characters on the street into Elvis Presley lookalikes, complete with their distinctive white jumpsuits and swagger. This whimsical secret not only adds a layer to the humor, but also showcases the developer's playful approach to game design. Perhaps the most intriguing piece of trivia is that the original Grand Theft Auto was almost cancelled multiple times during development. The game faced numerous setbacks and internal skepticism, particularly about its open-world concept, which was deemed too ambitious for the technology of the time. Financial constraints and fear of poor sales nearly led to its shelving. The persistence of the development team to push through these challenges underscores the passion and vision that drove them to create a game that would defy traditional gameplay frameworks and become so successful. And there you have it, folks, a deep dive into the chaotic, crime-ridden pixels of Grand Theft Auto, where the only thing more relentless than the cops are the players trying to break every virtual law possible. We've cruised through the development back alleys, dodged the cultural controversies, and uncovered secrets so hidden even the developers had to double-check their own code. So the next time you jack a pixelated car and flee the 2D fuzz, remember, you're just not playing a game, you're engaging in a piece of digital history that refused to play by the rules. Catch you on the flip side, or when the next game bug accidentally invents a genre. If you enjoyed cruising the streets of Grand Theft Auto, click this video here to see more from the Retro Reload. And as always, thank you for watching.